Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. You're probably wondering why I'm in Vault 21, and the reason is because I remembered after I stopped the video that there is an additional quest you can do here involving picking up vault suits and giving it to her. So I decided to grab a bunch of vault suits from the one with the powder gangers and also quite a few from Vault 11. You need 30 to complete this particular quest. It gives you fame in the strip, and if you want to maximize that, you should try to give the suits to her one at a time.
Good to see you again. I have all sorts of things. Vault souvenirs, vault wares, vault machines, vault mementos, and vault suits. And, well, lots of other vault things, too.
Do you still need more vault stuff?
If you could bring me vault suits, I would so make it worth your while. I mean, really. But it has to be good leather, okay?
I'll help you out.
You would? You really would? That would help me a lot.
Shame that you can't fix boomer suits. They're very similar to vault suits.
Hey, who says I can't fix that? You bring me those boom suits too, okay?
Now, those don't actually count toward completing the quest.
Thank you so much. You're an angel. I can't wait to see you again. Good to see you again.
I have vault gear for you.
You do? That's wonderful. Let me see what you brought. All right. That's gonna net you lots of caps, my friend. Do you want to trade all your vault suits right now?
Hold on, I want to keep at least 2 on me. Alright, yeah, I would like that.
Oh, that makes me so happy. You are too much. Hey, stranger. Where you been, huh? I missed you.
Yeah, pass by my room and we'll catch up.
You're kicking me into gear, huh? Well, I think I'll drive my chassis over to your pad. Wait for me down there and don't forget the oil.
Where's the other one? Wonder if this area would have been more open if Obsidian had more time. Oh. Alright, so when you give her a bunch of vault suits, you can have sex with her whenever you want. Although for a brief moment I thought the game was just gonna crash when it paused like that. You know, just in case your character's lonely. Most of the vaults are pretty free to explore too, like the one with the fiends. If you have a high enough skill, you can go around without having to fight anything. And the powder ganger one as well. And speaking of which, go to Vault 19, because I now know where to get some C4. Let's see. Here I go. Oh, here we go. It's a real Easter egg hunt. I wonder if maybe if you don't have any C4 in your inventory, if there'd be way markers, but not sure. Seems a bit odd that there wouldn't be, since there's usually way markers for items you need in order to complete quests. There we go. Plant enough C4 to destroy the caves. Actually, hold on. Let me be absolutely sure. Oh. Be absolutely sure that I can get out. Alright, cool. Alright, so none of them seem to have a problem with the fact I ruined their chances of getting out.
I sure hope that explosion was you. Did you seal off the sulfur?
Yep.
Good to hear. Without access to the sulfur, Cook doesn't have much to offer the gang. I guess it's over then. We could turn ourselves in.
And if you want, you can get them to join the Great Khans. But I'm just gonna get them to surrender, cause I think the NCR needs their prisoners back, and I don't want the Great Khans to have any more manpower than they do right now. You're doing the right thing.
Thank you. I think I just needed to hear someone else say it. I suppose without rule of law, we're no better than raiders.
Find it kind of funny you get Powder Gang or fame for that, even though you're basically telling them to become prisoners again. Oh.
Is it time?
Sure. Thought Manny was the one who's in the dinosaur during the day. Well, let's do some sick parkour. Or not. Nice thing about the Gunrunner's vendor here is he's an unkillable NPC, and it's basically like a backup in case you kill literally everyone else and no one will sell anything to you. Although I kind of wonder if maybe you can do some explosive damage with these corners here.
Can I help you?
I'll do this later.
Welcome, sir or madam. Do you wish to purchase something?
Alright, nice. Let's see. Oh. I'll grab that. Alright, so the reason I got Boone with me and stocked up on some ammunition is because Kaiser has been pissing me off lately. And it's not just because he's sending his assassins down to kill me, though that does indeed kind of hurt my feelings. But he's been doing that very annoying thing where, you know, his heart keeps beating, his liver keeps working, his brain keeps controlling his body. He's doing that very annoying still being alive thing, and I'm getting damn tired of it. So Boone and I are gonna go down and we're just gonna shit fury down Kaiser's throat. Let's head all in.
We're near a Legion slave camp now. I've been here before. Let's get one thing straight. I see any crimson, I'm taking the shot. You don't like that, you're on your own.
As long as you don't mind me joining the fun.
I don't think I'd hold it against you.
And Eddie seems to be alright with it too. Can't go in there, or there, or there, because Obsidian didn't have enough time to develop the game.
Wish there was more of them. I wasn't done yet.
Still seems kind of dumb that you lose karma for stealing from a bunch of fascist slavers. But if you looted off their bodies, that's perfectly fine. You're just not allowed to take it from a box.
Eat this!
He wasn't doing much with that life anyways. Hey, here's Aurelius of Phoenix. Boone. Boone, look. Help. Anything in his office? He has a toy car because he's a literal child. Probably likes, running it over the body of his troops. Have them lay on the table and just wheel it over them. Alright, some books. He's probably too illiterate to read. Purified water didn't do much good for you here, did it? Gun cabinet. But nothing worth grabbing. Look at these rinky-dink little areas. These ports aren't even necessarily securing the door to it. I mean, it's just bolted into the wood that makes up the door. I should be able to go in them. Damn you, Todd Howard. I have an odd graphical glitch. The ghost of pillars past.
We take this boat. It's probably the last one we ever take. I'm ready for that. Are you?
I'm ready. Kaiser won't know what hit him.
That's what the scope's for.
But before we do that... we still need to do a bit of exploring. Alright, so no news right now. Super Duper Mart. From groceries to electronics, gardening supplies, to home decor. Super Duper Mart has it all. This week's special buy and frozen Salisbury steak, something. Probably a poster from Fallout 3 they decided to recycle. Oh, some boat you Legionnaires managed to make. You ready, Boone? Alright. He's on in spirit.
Another trip. Heading up.
Knew you'd be the death of me.
Look at this asshole, he had to put on some radiation stuff. Although you don't even... Oh, you guess you can get... So if you ever need a free advanced radiation suit, just dump the barrels in Cottonwood Cove, then kill everyone, grab the suit, and skedaddle. Take the Explorer armor. Nothing. 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 Don't even have the decency to give us some good loot. That guy's fine, he's just a merchant. Actually, I should, wear some steady. There we go. Say goodbye to your life, big boy. What a bunch of jokers. Those are a couple of slaves. No one over there. Come on, guys, give me some ears.
All mine.
Ooh, oh, this guy. Wow, missed twice. And now my aim is shit.
Oh no!
Piss off. Hey, the Allies killed kids for wearing SS uniform. I'm going to try to kill little Legion shits for being in Legion uniforms. Get out of here. Give me some freaking ears, mate. I want Turbo hear your screams. Alright, it's probably gonna be some close quarter shit.
Another kill to my name.
Get out of here, furry. There we go. Goodbye, Anthony. These people just refuse to provide me ears.
Mine.
Oh, it's a brain, I guess. For one of the Rex outcomes. Oh, jeez. Pardon me. Oh, there we go. There's an ear, finally.
Empty.
Yeah, no one's thanking you for your service, veteran. I don't know why I keep picking up dirty water. Actually, do I have the helmets? guess I do.
All mine.
This is no time to do the worm, dude. Get up. Where were you even going, dude? Sneak under the tent. Throw him off. I just realized I'm not wearing any armor. Whoopsie. Here. Yeah, probably regretting dropping this, aren't ya? Time to go all Texas Chainsaw Massacre on these Legionnaires. Alright, Kaiser, come on. Beware the Ides of March, bitch. Well, that didn't work out. Alright, we almost had it there.
Another. Kill to my name. You're mine.
Guys, I really don't think Kaiser's Legion is gonna like me after this. Just call it a hunch. Say goodbye to the furry. You're yiffing in hell now. Take a look, Boone. We did it. We did it with the power of friendship. Oh, hey, Benny. I forgot you were still here. I forgot you were still here, dude. How's it going? Oh man, you should hear about the adventures Boone and I were having. Look at these assholes, they're stuck. Oh, it's just so silly. See, it's just like how we left him. There's his auto dock because, you know, Kaiser totally isn't a hypocrite. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's it going, bro?
You're a scrapper, baby. They didn't stand a chance. How about me?
What happens if I let you go?
Baby, that can go any direction you want. We can take Vegas together, or I can head for the nearest sunset. Your call.
Yeah, fuck it, you're staying here.
Baby, you can't just leave me tied up. Those Legion boys will put me on a cross for the mess you made, if I'm lucky.
Bye.
Thanks for nothing, you think.
Unless the courier stands over Kaiser as a victor. And you can also see how little outside is rendered from this vantage point. So that was fun. I think we had a crackerjack adventure, don't you, Boone?
Excuse me.
Fine by me. Caesar's dead. Bet he didn't see this coming when he was having his coffee this morning. Still, it's not gonna stop the Legion. It might not even slow them down.
That just means we've got more work to do.
Yeah, it does. But we got these bastards pretty good today. Whatever happens from here on out, we killed that prick in the middle of his fortress. Ought to give the rest of them something to think about.
I think it'll slow them down in time, because Kaiser was seen as a sort of god on Earth, literally brought to Earth by the god Mars. And despite being an asshole, he was a tactical genius. I mean, he was able to get a bunch of squabbling tribes to band together under this primitivist flag and become a force to reckon with, even against a trained modern military. I mean, I guess you can argue that the NCR is still not modern but old world, but they were certainly a lot more advanced in tactics, technology, and philosophy than Kaiser's Legion was, and yet it was just not enough to completely sweep the floor with them. A testament to the skill of Julius Caesar, or whatever his real name was. And without that leadership, there's not exactly a lot going on for Kaiser's Legion, especially since we also killed a bunch of their commanding troops, like the furry, whatever his name was. Oh, service rifle, I thought it said sniper rifle. The only one left is that, you know, the Ghost of the East, or whatever his name is, the big guy at the end of the game. And though he is brutal and does get results, he's no Kaiser. And it seems even possible that eventually his troops will get fed up with him and launch an all-out rebellion. Plus, with Kaiser dead, the NCR is likely to be emboldened, since, you know, that is a decisive blow against his Legion. You know, that's like when Hitler died in World War II, or Stalin died in the Cold War. Doesn't really matter how it happened or when it happened. The fact it happened was a major game changer. Gonna beat them to death with their own leader's shit. If I can get over to them. I mean, excuse me, Boone, but come on, look at this thing. I want to punch some people with it. I want to beat some asses. Get over here, kid. Fuck off. Fuck off. Yeah, get out of here, bitch. You want some too? Give you a mighty fucking spanking for being part of this group. Come on, Boone. It has red here. You're supposed to shoot at the red. Little shit. Alright, is there anyone I can actually kill and aren't essential because too many people whine if you're able to murder children in a fucking video game? There we go. I'll grab that. And as the sun finally starts to rise, it's truly a new day and a new era for this piece of shit faction.
All mine.
You could have not been a bunch of weenie primitivists, but nothing I could do to help ya. But you know, it would be really grand if you can provide me some ears, though. I mean, I'm just saying.
If Caesar's dead, why ain't the NCR taking care of regular folks yet?
Bitch, it's been a single fucking evening. They're not gonna fucking just storm in here. Good grief. Not exactly the brightest merchant on this side of the Mojave. Corridors like this, that kinda make me wish there was a sprint button. I've been thinking a bit about what life might be like outside of the United States. Like, technically the only footage from what I know we've seen of the outside world, outside of America, is a pre-war bit from Fallout 1 with the Enclave soldier gunning down some Canadian protesters once Canada was annexed. Is this really a dead end? Give me something for my trouble. But I think, no, I remember in the Honest Hearts DLC, the survivalist was talking about how a couple of Mexicans found their way into Zion, which means that Mexico is at least stable enough that they could find their way there. I mean, I don't think it was a major player in the Great Wars, probably just collateral. And I think Raul was in Mexico City as well after the bombs fell, so there are probably areas outside of the United States that were able to survive. But what about like Canada? That also I don't think would have been a major player. All things considered, there's a decent chance that if you're irradiated you'll turn into a ghoul. So even if everything did go to shit, there still would be people out there surviving. People in places like Germany or Italy or France or Russia or Libya, Egypt, Brazil, whatever, you know. Somewhere around the world. Kinda wonder what's up here. We got my friends with us. Now, I'm pretty sure Bethesda will do an absolutely shit job at representing the rest of the world. They can't even keep the lore straight in America. But I kinda wonder if maybe in an alternate universe, Obsidian got that 1 point needed on Metacritic to keep some rights to making the game. And they decide to have like a DLC take place in a foreign country, even if it's just a hypothetical what-if scenario and not actually canon in Fallout. Like, what does China look like during the Great War and immediately after it. They certainly don't have scorpions in China, from what I know. So you won't have rat scorpions, though knowing Bethesda, if they do decide to set someplace in China, they'll shove them in because all they can think is about using iconic creatures and enemies from Fallout, whether or not they know anything about them. I mean, given that they have a very different political ideology than America, both in real life and in Fallout, and different architecture and all that stuff, I would imagine it would have some impact on what the environment is like there and what sort of items would be able to be found in there. It just would be kind of interesting to see. Rather than paranoia over communism, it's absolute rage over capitalism. A vastly different perspective, but given the outcome of the war, evidently one just as flawed. Oh, shit, sorry. I thought he was an enemy. I'm legitimately sorry, dude. That is an absolute oopsie doodle moment right there. But we probably aren't going to be talking about other places on Earth before we finish off all the big areas in America. We haven't been to Seattle, Washington and seen the Space Needle yet. We haven't seen the Grand Canyon yet, technically. I mean, even though lore establishes that the Legion has their foothold on Arizona, technically, in some farther timeline, the Legion could just be dead. Let's see. There was some DLC in Pittsburgh for Fallout 3, but I kind of feel that Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania are such major locations in the United States that they could maybe have their own game or an additional DLC. Let's see. Now, the divergence from our world and the Fallout world is in 1945. So I don't think NASA was established, meaning that if there is a DLC in Florida, there's nothing to specifically say they have to have like the Kennedy Space Center or anything over there. Although Jules Verne did use Florida as the base of operations for his moon landing in one of his novels, because he knew that if parts of the rocket fell back... This one wasn't me, by the way, just making that clear. He knew that if parts fell back from over Florida, they would fall more likely into the ocean than onto any landmass. I'm just gonna... And Bethesda could argue that people in the Fallout universe read that book and took its advice and set up a space or whatever, a launch pad in Florida. The alternative was also Texas, which also hasn't been depicted in Fallout from what I recall, so there's probably something to be shown there, if Bethesda can think of something that isn't a straight up cowboy aesthetic or whatever, since New Vegas already has that in spades. I punched him in the nuts so hard he died. It would be cool to see what Arizona looks like in Fallout. But again, I'd rather it not be at the hands of Bethesda, who aren't good at making Fallout games. Another thing I've been thinking about is, you know how Fallout's supposed to be stuck in the 1950s? Yet the pre-war world that Bethesda depicts doesn't seem to carry all the prejudices of the 1950s. You know, one of the complaints people had about the RPG elements in Fallout 4 was that you couldn't make your character gay. Your character has a wife and kid and clearly loves them very dearly. There's not really an opportunity to have a straight up homosexual playthrough. And someone might be inclined to argue, well, you know, the world's still in the 1950s mindset and people were really homophobic at that time. Except in Fallout 4, in your own neighborhood, there's like a lesbian couple in one of the houses. And nothing really implies they face any shit for being that. Oh. I don't feel like fighting them, I'm just gonna skedaddle. Seriously? They have like fucking propellers up their asses, look at them! Rubber banding. It's not a fun mechanic in racing games, dude. Oh, thanks, Boone. Ow. Oh, well, at least we have, Can we take this out, please? Guys, your fucking leader's dead, you know, just take the L and move on. And give me some fucking ears, man! Now, I think Obsidian does a lot better with sort of implying the harshness of the old world. Like, in Old World Blues, they straight up have an internment camp in one of the parts of Big Mountain that the scientists used as basically as some test subjects. Oh, here's a star cap. Nice. Turn off the radio. There was actually an interesting video on how Bethesda, it's probably a big corner, doesn't understand Fallout, and one of the things a person mentioned was how the old world in Fallout had this 1950s aesthetic. That doesn't mean that the post-apocalypse should also have it. So like the tunnel snakes having the sort of greaser vibe, the baseball player guy from Diamond City who has this attempt at a humorous misunderstanding of what old world baseball was like. I just stood there while I reloaded the gun. Stim pack, microfusion cell, energy cell. Another star cap. And Radix. And let's see. I think that's it as far as good loot goes there. And another thing the video pointed out was that Bethesda put stuff like rat scorpions in the East Coast, even though scorpions are supposed to be West Coast creatures. And one could maybe argue, well, they could have been irradiated scorpions from like a pet shop, but wouldn't there be a ton of other irradiated creatures from other exotic pets? What about an irradiated tarantula, an irradiated snake, a rad gerbil, rad goldfish? Poor Brahmin. He doesn't even have any particularly good loot on him either. What? Who's mad at me now? A one rinky-dink golden gecko? Go away. Didn't even have any... Oh, get out of here, dude. Annoying little shit. There's a Novak. We've come full circle, Boone. Let's see, Camp Forlorn Hope. Need to drop off some of the ears.
Wish I could have been there to see Caesar die. What an asshole.
Yeah, he was a bit of a jerk, to be honest.
Wish I could have been there to see Caesar die. What an asshole.
Evening. What can I do for you?
Here's some ears.
Whoa, boy! This puts you far ahead of everyone else. I think I'll have to declare you the winner of the competition. It's not much, but here's a little something I scraped together for the winner of the contest. Good job. You earned it.
I will see you later. What even is producing these lights here? Just a random blinking array of lights. All things considered, same thing for the stairs as well. I mean, at least those lights there have a specific origin, as do the ones on the Lucky 38. You can see sort of the vertical lines there. Kind of looks like film strips. Alright, I dropped off and organized a bunch of the shit from Kaiser's tent in my Lucky 38 area.
Shooting guns is real scary, but I think I got the hang of it now.
Thanks for your help. I feel like we can take on the world.
While I have already internalized the new skills we have discussed, I feel as though my solution is nevertheless more practical.
Okay, I admit it. Knowing how to use these guns right is pretty cool. We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
I think the Legion has already gone away pretty quietly. Or maybe you can say they were kicking and screaming the entire way to their death. Whatever the case, their leader's dead. I'm gonna dismiss Boone.
That guy Benny was a piece of work.
Yeah, but he's still alive in Kaiser's tent, so fuck him.
If that's what you think.
Let him go back home.
Alright. Guess I'll be around Novak for a while longer until I figure out what I want to do with myself. See you around.
If you send him to Lucky 38, he'll be in the presidential suite. I'm not sure if you can dismiss him back home afterwards. I don't want it to get crowded, you know? I like my isolation. Probably use the bathroom before sleeping, but you know, I'm not the boss of you. Use the old ass jabber. Are you a ghoul?
You ever think about being a ranger?
Oh, even has some of his head sticking out. It's probably not very sanitary. And do you ever think about being a ranger? I don't know. Can I have your outfit? No one. Oh, the fuck are you people doing? The NCR's best. Yeah, I ain't try this one. Nope. Please don't stand there. These people are not able to.
Holy shit!
No, that'll make some upset. It was just a prank, bro.
Hey, we won't go quiet. The Legion can count on that.
Alright, looks like he calmed down. We cool? Yeah, we cool. No witness, no crime. And another star cap.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the headquarters of the Sunset Sarsaparilla Company. Wrangle up a stool and listen to old Festus jaw a while. If you and old Festus are old pals, say a command now. Otherwise, say, pleased to meet you, and we'll get acquainted. Or, if you have more important things to do than talk to old Festus, say goodbye. By my hat, you're flush with stars, ain't you? Scratch up a few more and the prize is yours. Well, what in the Sam Hill are you doing still listening to me? Get a wiggle on it. Find those last few stars.
So we do not have enough. Let's see. In my miscellaneous, I have 46. I need 4 more. Interesting fact, Festus technically counts as an NPC because you're able to initiate dialogue with him and stuff. But he's one of the very few unkillable NPCs in the game. To the point where some people don't like to refer to him as an NPC simply because that would drastically increase the amount of unkillable NPCs in the game, which I guess says a lot about how many people you actually can kill. An out of order area that's boarded up as if it was done in the post-apocalypse, even though this place is clearly left unrated. There's a Sunset Sarsaparilla file. I remember that guy Oxhorn had some mods installed, and there was like a Brotherhood of Steel insignia on it, and he was acting all high and mighty. Oh, I guess Obsidian does not know their lore very well, or something like that, and then a bunch of people pointed out that it's a mod he had and not Obsidian's fault, and he got ass blasted about that.
Worker number 27438 reported. There seems to be a malfunction with the line, sir. Wait a minute. You're not my manager. Intruder!
Oh, this one has some. If you defeat the boss of the area, you get all this sunset sarsaparilla. How they're moving around. Is it cazadors? Ah, yeah, it's cazadors. Nothing in that one. Grab all of his shit. Oh! Hello. Ow. Get rid of a young one. I should have anti-venom, actually. This poor bastard. Right next to a nest, too. Some medics. Some mentats. A star cap. 3 more to go. There's a key, probably for there, but I can just lockpick it and get the experience too. Strategic nuclear moose, and God said, let them have beer. Guess this guy was trying to brew his own stuff. Big book of science. A key. But for what? He's trying to brew his own stuff, but I guess it was against regulations. Hunting revolver, don't really need that. Tri-beam laser rifle. I think that's a pretty new weapon, I'll grab that. Grab those health items. Nothing I really need or want in there. Alright, so, a bit difficult to get up to here, but certainly quite a bit of loot to make it worth it. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Alright, plan B. He is.
Is it time?
Before he left, Nero told me him and Big Saul were real tight, see? Said they were gonna go camping up at Lake Mead. Said he'd always wanted to sleep with the lake lurks. In other news, rumors have surfaced that Top's hotel owner Benny has taken yet another unexpected leave of absence. We spoke to his right-hand man, the Swing. Do I seem worried to you, baby? Sometimes a cat just needs room to swing. He'll be back. Sure as a conga drum's got a groovy beat. That news was brought to you by the Tops Casino. You dig us, baby. We're the Tops. In New Vegas, we know the pain that numbers can bring us. Well, so does Guy Mitchell, who's got heartaches by the number.
Still waiting for him to report on Kaiser's death. Hopefully Boone and the powder gangers that might be over here are able to get along. I don't know, it's just getting more and more dangerous to explore. Mainly because Kaiser's Legion is a bunch of fucking sore losers. Is that the radio tower anything? It might be. Actually skedaddle a bit, be behind this rock. There they are. They will just follow you wherever.
Almost. Eat this.
There's one thing I don't like, it's how long it takes to grab your shit. So, plasma grenade. Guess I'll grab that. What did I pick up that weighs so much? Emergency service rail yard. Any treasures to discover? There's some bark scorpions over there. Not allowed to go in because this game only had 18 months of development time. Would be down here. Oh, some jackals. I think they're jackals. They could also be vipers. How'd you get down there? No, they're jackals. Why would you kill a prospector? It's just not right, you know? Very interesting little area, though. But hey, you know, it's for us humble prospectors, you know how we are. Go away. We have a Brotherhood of Steel bunker, NCR bunker, Legion bunker. But of course, a bunker for the most prosperous of factions in the Mojave, the prospectors. Bit of a bummer about... Oh. Like everyone else is, yeah, this is the best guy ever. Then Forlorn Hope is like, yeah, I guess he's alright. Haven't really heard much about him, even though he's the reason that we're even alive and well. Check a few of these graves, make sure that there's no unfortunate couriers in any of them. There's also one at the Northern Passage. Another cave area, and oh, these legionnaires. Getting so tired of legionnaires, man. Alright, you let you two handle it. So annoying. Thanks for a C4 though. Don't know who this guy is, but says he's an enemy, so he's going bye-bye. Oh, it's a fucking furry. Wow, way to leave your comrades, you know, behind. I'll do this one. There are bottle caps here, but I'm not seeing any star caps. There we go. Rippin' pepperoni powder gangers. Just 2 caps? Come on, man. There we go. That should be all the bottle caps I need.
Howdy, partner. Woohoo! You did it, partner. Bullet for you. Old Festus knew you could do it. I suppose you'll be wanting that prize now. Well then, hold on to your hat, 'cause it's a doozy. Not many people have heard the true story behind Sunset Sarsaparilla. Well, it's a right honor. And now, without further ado, your prize, the Legend of the Star. Long ago, people didn't have a heap of choices when it came to soft drinks. It was either water or Nuka-Cola. Now, the threat of legal action forces me to say that Nuka-Cola is a swell beverage, but sometimes people just wanted something different, you know? So one day, a man, a saloon owner in a small town, decided to make a new type of soft drink and asked his patrons what flavor they'd like it to be. After getting no help from them, a stranger at the end of the bar suggested the man make a sarsaparilla-flavored drink. The stranger said he would happily share his family's recipe for the drink on one condition. The condition being that the stranger would be allowed to sample the bottle whenever he liked to ensure the recipe was being followed to the letter. The man happily agreed, thinking the drink would make him rich, and the stranger promised to meet him by sundown the next day. The next morning, the sheriff stopped by and reported that the stranger's body was found on the side of the town road. He'd been killed by bandits. The man, cursing his luck, closed the saloon early that day, just as the sun began to set. But after he'd locked the doors, he turned around to find an unfamiliar bottle on the bar with a note beneath it. The note was sealed with blue wax in the shape of a star. Opening it, the man found it contained a recipe for a sarsaparilla-flavored drink. Sampling the bottle's contents and finding it singularly delicious, the man gave silent thanks to his mysterious benefactor, wherever he was. Being an honorable man, the
Is this some kind of joke?
The Sunset Sarsaparilla Company has received a number of complaints regarding the prize awarded for handing in Sunset Sarsaparilla stars. Therefore, we have seen fit to provide another prize that we feel will placate the most discriminating customer. Just head through the double doors and follow the hallway to your left to the very end. An attendant will be there to present your prize directly. We at the Sunset Sarsaparilla Company would once again like to thank you for your patronage.
Game crashed.
Howdy, partner.
So the quest to get the stars always fails, but it gives you a new one. And knowing Fallout, that whole story is probably bullshit, and the guy who made the soft drink killed the stranger.
Fine by me.
Check automated messages, go to page 1. Sunset Sarsaparilla Company in Trent. Alright, reports a servo failure, reports all systems okay. Reports a line malfunction, reports oil maintenance needed. Reports a weapon malfunction, reports all's okay, reports all systems okay, reports weapon okay, reports a line malfunction. Reports an actuator failure, reports a minor structural damage, reports a line malfunction, reports oil maintenance needed. Reports a line malfunction, reports all's okay, reports inactivity, inactivity, inactivity. An intruder, major structural damage, intruder, major structural damage, intruder has been injured, some more structural damage. And, yeah, it's... guess it's just showing what the robots are reporting. Some Sunset Sarsaparilla deputy badges. Alan Marks. He has a named weapon, the Pew Pew, which I will grab. And he has a holotape.
I guess this is it. Not much air left now. Minutes maybe. And this is what I have to show for it. I guess the joke's on me. Probably shouldn't have killed all those people. Probably should have stayed at home and taken care of my mom. She always used to say people who murder and steal die bad in the end. Said they...
Ledger is an extensive record of Legion's prior dealings with tribal societies. It has encountered in its expansion. Of particular interest is the fate of the Twisted Hair tribe of Arizona, who formed in lines with Kaiser to serve as his army scouts during the conquest of that region. Once the Arizona wastes were pacified, Legion turned on its erstwhile allies, stripped them of their tribal identity, and forced them into slavery. Those who resisted were crucified along the remains of Interstate 40.
She can't do this. It's done. We're done. Nothing's done. She's got the authority. The only thing she can't do is change her own fate. Nothing says she can't change the selection process for future overseers. I say she can't. You shouldn't have toyed with her like that, Roy. We still have the majority. We don't vote for anything anymore. I'm not talking about voting. What then? You want to have a sit-in? A hunger strike? Not exactly. Maybe march into her office with torches and pitchforks? Yes. Come on. I mean it. What? Start a revolution? Laws don't outlast their governments. Roy, all we have to do is wait until someone from Justice Block gets picked for overseer. Then we have them change the law back. There won't be any blocks after the new overseer is picked tomorrow. Everyone's going to move on. By the time we've reformed, who knows if we'll still be in the majority? We can hold the block together. You don't know that. Besides, what if the computer picks you? What if it picks me? And your solution is to start shooting? Not if we don't have to. Look, we arm up. We go to the lower floors, take some strategic targets. Power, food, water. Just until she turns authority over to us. The other blocks won't support it. They're tired of us having the power. We have the majority. We don't need them. This isn't a vote, Roy. They'll fight back. They've never had the nerve. Hell of a way to test it.
And that's from the vault. But I shall leave one for Alan Marks here. He earned it. Walk away with 298 badges. There's probably one more. Oh, still quite a few more actually. Alright, 316. And that concludes that quest. There's a ton of those star badges in there, as well as a ton of caps, which is probably the real reward. Along with the special gun, and I'm just gonna keep that one a little bit secret, you know? Boone doesn't need to know about every conductor. No, there's nothing over there. Boone, certainly nothing that you would want. And yeah, that concludes that mission, finally. Probably one of the longest missions in the game, if not the longest. Just because of all the places you have to travel to in order to get it. Wonder if Festus has anything to say. Nope. Goodbye, Festus. So I'm gonna sell some stuff at the gun runners again. But I think this is a pretty damn good place to leave off. We have done a lot. Good grief. You know, we've finally completed that vault mission.
Welcome, sir.
We've killed Kaisar and stormed the Legion camp. We have just done a whole lot. And these aren't worth anything. Like, everyone in the wasteland knows they are worthless pieces of shit. Pew pew. It's a named laser rifle, so I'll finally be able to use that instead of just my plasma rifle. Alright, I'm gonna drop some stuff off at the Lucky 38. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the video, that it gave you something to think about and otherwise entertained you.